This section contains some general rules that simplify the task of finding derivatives. We begin with some simple facts. For example, the derivative of a constant c is always 0. The derivative of a line, basically, where derivative of mx plus b is m, like we saw in the last section. The derivative of a number to a power is n times x to the power minus 1, which we also saw in the last section. And then the derivative of a constant is the constant times the derivative from the power. We also saw this in the last section. Continuing on, we saw that the derivative of f of x plus g of x is equal to the derivative of f of x plus the derivative of g of x, likewise with the difference of the two. For example, the derivative of 2x to the fourth minus 5x cubed plus x squared would be found 8x cubed minus 15x squared plus 2x, as we take the 4 times the 2 for the 8, the 3 times the negative 5 for the negative 15, and then a 2 times a 1 for the 2. However, we come to a problem when we try to get the derivative of a division problem. For example, you would think that this could be solved by simplifying the fraction, finding that the derivative is of x cubed, which would make it 3x squared. However, if this is true, you would also be able to find the derivative of the top times the derivative of the bottom. So this would be the derivative of x to the fifth over the derivative of x cubed, which is 5x to the fourth over 2x, or 5 halves x cubed. These are not the same. Therefore, this does not work. We need a rule. We come to the quotient rule. In order to make this explanation more simple, I am going to be using the letters u and v to represent things like the x to the fifth and the x squared in the last slide. To find the correct derivative of this quotient, what you need to do is multiply this lower denominator by the derivative of u, subtracted by u times the derivative of the v over the v squared. This can be read as v du minus u dv over v squared. This sounds complicated, but it really isn't. Here we will use it with letters. To make it simple for us, we need to write in our u and our v. You must memorize that the derivative is v du minus u dv. So we find v, which is the x cubed, times du, 5x to the fourth, minus u dv, x to the fifth, 3x squared, over v squared, which would be x to the third cubed, or x to the sixth. We can multiply this out to get 5x to the seventh minus 3x to the seventh over x to the sixth, which we can simplify into 5x minus 3x, or 2x.